Thank you, Yimbo. Tonight we have Batman and Leonardo from Batman vs. the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, exclusively from GameStop. These figures were made by DC Collectibles. Leonardo was sculpted by Jonathan Matthews, and Batman was sculpted by Paul Harding, who you may recognize from various NECA figures, including this awesome Splinters Van Helsing. Could he be sculpting Dracula Shredder as well? Hopefully we'll see soon. Let's get this baby open and out of the packaging. Of the whole set, this is the priciest to get. You're looking at $150 or more on eBay. Maybe you can luck out and find one cheaper locally. One thing I love about this whole set, they had very minimal tie usage. They're wedged into the plastic so well, you really don't need any ties. Just kind of pop them on out of there. You can see he's in there good. Of all the turtles in this line, aside from Raph, I think this is the best. Great head sculpt here, the most turtly, perfect sculpted body, the proportions just right. I absolutely love how turtly and round the shell is, both the back and then the plastron. It really looks like an actual functioning turtle. The same stellar shell sculpting as all the turtles, and roughly the same body proportioned out. So you know how the arms do, swiveling around, no bicep cut, just the standard shoulder action. Of course, single jointed elbows, spin those around, and then the wrist. Again, I have a ton of complaints about these wrist joints. Legs, pretty stellar, super nimble, lots of posability on him. He's doing the splits, and we have the double jointed knees. They're tight, they're pretty tight. Team no heat though, just bend those, force them, you don't need heat. Just work it a bit and it moves like a dream. Of course, the feet, they got the ankle rocker back and forth, all kinds of movement there. Super cool. Let's rub it in again, bend this other leg back. Yep, just work it in. Doesn't matter how stiff it is, just keep going for it. You can feel it, you can do it. Team no heat wins again. Thank you, Yimbatman.
You don't have to thank me.
Yes, I do. Team no heat won. Whatever chance you had of fixing our figures dies with Team No Heat. Team No Heat took the best of us and tore it down.
No one must ever know what we did. Team No Heat cannot win. Toys need their true hero. You either hit your toys or play long enough to see yourself become the villain. I can do those things. I broke those figures. I'm whatever toys need me to be. Call it in.
We have to chase him. Because he's the hero toys deserve, but not the one they need right now. He's not a hero. He's a silent guardian, a watchful photographer, a dark Yimbo. Whew, what a performance. I have chills. Back to Leonardo, this figure, super stellar. He's got a cool little blue thing on his belt. You can imagine it's a L. The bandana, I love, again, how they sculpt the bandana to go along the body. Nice touch. Most figures don't do that. Let's check out his accessories. He's got 2 katanas. Great paint job on these. They are spindly, so be careful. And comes with a scabbard to store them in, of course. This one's a little different than what you're used to with Leonardo, as it hooks onto his belt. You just kind of wedge it in there. A little odd, but it's pretty cool. It's kind of like samurai-style Leonardo. And does make more sense than having him on his back. Has the standard pizza, and pretty standard hands, the 2 grippy hands to hold the swords, and then 2 karate chop, kung fu type hands. Switching the hands, I hate with these figures. I don't like to do it. You feel like you're going to bust them every single time. I mean, I have popped them off on the other ones, but you can put it right back on. But it's just a terrible joint. Whoever thought this joint up, it's terrible. The standard peg system, put the movement in the hand itself. Don't put the movement on the wrist peg. It's weird. Have you seen me struggle with this enough yet? I know the figures are old and they're not making them anymore, but good God, somebody needs to pay for this. Makes me want to go full Karen and write to someone's manager. It's bad enough when you bought them on the original release, it's unacceptable then, but paying them at crazy inflated eBay prices, holy lord, these are just a ticking time bomb, an absolute disaster. I hope DC Collectibles has learned their lesson. Moving on, pull the swords out, let's get those in the hands. The swords are so spindly, it's another scary point. I don't like spindly weapons, I'd rather gummy, rubbery weapons, at least I know I'm not going to break them. The detail's nice, but ooh boy, careful with these. He does look pretty dang cool though, so the looks really pop off. Absolutely love this figure. One of the best Leonardos we've gotten, frankly. On to Batman, the star of the show. He's in with just 1 tie as well. Pull him out. Oop, nope, 2 ties. The cape is tied in there. Okay. It's a long cape. Again, just like Bat Mikey, they gave him a lot of cape. Not wired, just flimsy fabric, so you're not going to get a ton of poses out of it, but there's so much cape there, you can wrap it around him, wrap it on his arms. If you're not going to do a wired cape, do it like this. All the cape in the world. I absolutely love it. And there's really no head movement. He's got okay crunch. You know, he's not Captain Crunch, but he's all right. I do wish there was more head movement, but what can you do? Really no up and down. The arms, super standard again for this line. No bicep cut. Basic single joint at the elbow. The legs, pretty limber. And again, the double jointed knees and Team Heat. Nowhere to be seen. Pretty cool belt. Not the most detailed Batman figure, but super solid. And let me just quickly jimmy this other leg into place. Again, once you work it, folks, just work it. Don't be afraid to work your figures. He's got a cool batarang. Good detail here, very NECA-esque. I don't know what this is. It's like a little bat detonator. I don't know. It's cool, though. He's got the bat grapnel gun with 2 grapnels, an open one and a closed one, and they do fit in the gun, which is pretty cool. They remind me a lot of Van Helsing Splinter's arrows, it's the same sculptor, so it makes sense. There's the pizza, here's the grippy hands, and then here's the splayed hands for holding the batarang, I guess, and bigger grippy hands. Of course, we gotta mess with the stupid wrist joint again. I'm kind of getting the hang of it, and here he is holding the batarang. I tried a few different ways. I couldn't really figure it out. I'm a bat novice. Looks okay. Here's the big grippy hands, but I don't know what they're supposed to hold as they don't grip anything tightly. Some comparisons for scale, great with the turtles in this set, not so great with McFarlane Nightwing, not great with Casey, he's a short Batman. In this set itself though, super fantastic, love this purchase.